Hi, and welcome to Math for All, where everyone can learn more about math. Before we start this lesson on adding fractions, we need to make sure that you are ready. If you have watched and learned from my previous fraction videos, you will be fine. You will need to know how to make equivalent fractions and reduce to lowest terms, as well as know how to deal with the mixed number improper fraction combinations from my fractions larger than 1 video. So now we're ready to get started. In this video, we will show you how to add fractions with the same denominators. We'll add mixed numbers with the same denominators, and we'll show you some examples without the pictures, and summarize the steps in adding fractions. Finally, of course, we'll practice what we've learned. First, let's add a few fractions less than 1 using pictures. We'll go back to our pizza. Say we had some friends over. We ordered 2 pizzas and they ate this much shaded pizza. If I want to add to see the total fraction that was eaten, I will first write the fraction eaten from each. 2 out of 6 pieces eaten from the first pizza is 2/6. 3 out of 6 pieces eaten from the second is 3/6. We add those up. 2/6 plus 3/6 equals 5/6. We didn't even finish 1 whole pizza. Oh well, then we'll have leftovers. From this example, we learned 2 rules about adding fractions. Number 1, the bottom numbers or the denominators must be the same so that I'm adding the same size pieces. Second rule, we add across the top, the numerators, and then we just bring the denominator over. Now let's add some fractions larger than 1 with these bar models. Once again, we'll name the fractions as mixed numbers. For this blue bar, we have 1 whole shaded plus a fraction of the second. The number shaded is 3 over 7 total pieces, 1 3/7. Looking at the red bar, there are 2 wholes shaded plus 5/7 of another one for 2 5/7. Now, I will color in the rectangles together to see what we get, adding them up. First, I'll use blue and shade 1 3/7. 1 whole plus 3 pieces of another bar. Switching to red, I can color in 2 wholes and then 5 more pieces. I'll color in my 5 pieces on the same bar I have partway colored in already to see what we get. Oops! The only thing is that there are only 4 more rectangles on that bar, so now I need another full bar so I can color in my 5, not just 4. We can finally name our red and blue added together fraction. 4 whole bars and 1/7 of another one for 4 1/7 total. 1 3/7 plus 2 5/7 equals 4 1/7. As much as I enjoy seeing how these mixed numbers add together with the pictures, we need to learn how to add them without drawing them. It just takes way too long. Here are 2 examples with adding mixed numbers, and they're both slightly different. Let's take 11 4/9 plus 3 7/9. We'll add the whole numbers first. 11 plus 3 equals 14. Next, add the fractions. We add across the top first. 4 plus 7 equals 11. Keep the bottom number the same. Bring over the 9 for 11/9. So we know that it equals 14 11/9, which is actually correct, but it's not in its proper form, so we need to do more work. Remember, I call these mixed number improper fraction combinations, and math people think that they look ugly. Sorry about that. 14 11/9. We'll deal with the improper fraction of 11/9 first. 11 divided by 9 is 1 with a remainder of 2, so 11/9 is 1 2/9. Now we take that 1, add it to the 14, giving us now 15 whole numbers with 2/9 left over, for a total of 15 2/9. When we added the fractional pieces, they made more than 1 whole, so we had to add to our whole number and figure out the amount remaining. Now we will add 4 3/12 plus 9 5/12. First step, we add the whole numbers. 4 plus 9 equals 13. Then add the fractions. 3/12 plus 5/12 equals 8/12. The answer is 13 and 8/12. Once again, this is technically correct, but it is not in its proper form. It is a proper fraction, but it's not reduced into lowest terms. 13 and 8/12. Look at the 8/12. Both the 8 and 12 are divisible by 4. I will bring the 13 over, and then I'll draw the rainbows to my new equivalent fraction. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. Then 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So 13 and 8/12 reduces to 13 and 2/3, which is our final answer. Let's summarize the steps in adding fractions. You'd think it would be fast and easy to add, but with fractions there are many steps. And these are for fractions that already have the same denominator. So whenever you have fractions, do these steps in order. First, make sure you have the same denominators or bottom numbers. Next, add any whole numbers first. Then, add across the top or the numerators. Bring over the denominator. Now we need to check our answer to be sure that it's in its proper form. If you have an improper fraction, change it so that it's proper. And if your fraction can be reduced, you need to do that. Let's practice a few. 17 and 4/5 plus 8 and 3/5. 17 plus 8 equals 25. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Bring over the 5 for a total of 25 and 7/5. When we check this answer, 7/5 is improper, so let's change it. 7 divided by 5 equals 1, with a remainder of 2, for 1 and 2/5. You add the 1 to the 25 for a total of 26 and 2/5. Here's another one. 6 and 3/8 plus 7 and 7/8. 6 plus 7 equals 13. 3 plus 7 equals 10. 13 and 10/8. Checking this answer, 10/8 is improper, so we figure out that it equals 1 with a remainder of 2, or 1 and 2/8. 13 plus the 1 equals 14, plus the 2/8 equals 14 and 2/8. Now I will see if 2/8 can reduce, and it can. Divide by 2 on the top and the bottom. I get 1 and 4, giving me a final answer of 14 and 1/4. Great job at learning how to add fractions with the same denominators. Just remember to add your whole numbers, then add across the top, keep the bottoms the same, and then make the answer pretty if you need to.